afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the sixth episode of Voice of Hearts, which is the debate event conducted on our very own Discord server, Study and Chill. Uh, the topic for today's debate is digital currency, whether it is revolutionary transformation or a hoax. Moving on to the next slide, Anurag, if you could please slide the next. So, let me explain the format of today's debate. The debate will be conducted in 5 rounds. The first round will be opening statement round, in which each participant from both the teams will come forward. He will give the opening statement, which will be an introduction to his or her topic. The time limit for opening statement round will be 2 minutes. Round two is rebuttal round, where again the other participant who was not present in the opening statement round will come forward. He or she will give the rebuttal statement in which he or she has to oppose the opening statement of the opposite team. The time limit again for the rebuttal round will be 2 minutes. Round three is cross examination round, where basically both of the participants from both of the teams will compete against each other in an open debate. They will cross question each other. They will verify each other's points using statistics and different methods, whatever they want to. The total time limit for round three will be 10 minutes. The round four of today's debate will be ending statement round or closing statement round, where basically both of the players from both of the teams have to give a closing statement to end their topic, to end their motion. Each player will have a time limit of 2 minutes, as it has already been stated. And the last round will be audience question and answer round, where basically the audience of this debate, including me and Anurag, will ask the questions to both of the teams. There is no certain time limit for this audience Q&A round. You just have to answer whatever the questions are. So basically, this was the format of today's debate. Moving ahead, let's look on to the teams who are going to participate in today's debate. Team one consists of Purnendra and Lokesh, who are speaking in favor of the topic, how digital currency is revolutionary. Team 2 consists of Samriddhi and Anmol, who are basically speaking against the topic, how digital currency is a hoax. These were the teams. The debate is being hosted by me, myself, Ayush Khade, and my co-host is Anurag, who is presenting the presentation. Uh, Anurag, can you please move to the next slide? Yeah. So let's get started with round one. May I know the representatives of both the teams for round one?
From team one, it will be Lokesh.
Okay.
From team two, it would be Samriddhi.
Okay. So Lokesh, are you there?
Start.
Yeah. So your
Ah,
time starts now. You can start the opening statement.
okay. Hello, good afternoon. I am Lokesh Bharadwaj, and we are here to discuss orange Shavati. Sorry. We are here to analyze and assess how digital currencies could be advantageous if we could implement it correctly with the right measures taken. So, digital currencies provide security, most of all. Uh, if if digital currencies are only used if the with the permission of the central government, and if there is an authority to moderate the moderate and implement the transactions that is happening, then it could have all the advantages of the online payment platforms, which are already used by majority of the population in India, with excess security and more transparency. With that, I'd like to conclude my opening statement. Thank you.
Perfect, Lokesh. You have completed your opening statement within the time limit. I would like to proceed further to team two and Samriddhi. You can start your opening statement.
Rothschild once said, "Let me control a nation's wealth, and I do not care who writes the laws." Digital rupee is the digital currency of India. It works on a centralized system. It looks similar to an e-wallet like Paytm or PhonePe system, but here you do not need a bank account to access digital rupee. Unlike the economy, where the government reacts to demand with policy, central banking digital currency or CBDC allows them to create and manage or demand so they do not have to worry about creating policy that is acceptable. One of the main concerns surrounding CBDC is the potential threat to privacy and personal financial information. CBDC requires individuals to conduct transactions using a digital platform, which could lead to increased surveillance and monitoring by central banks or other authorities. This raises questions about the extent to which individuals' financial activities may be tracked and monitored, potentially compromising personal privacy. Now you may argue, why not crypto? The concern is that cryptocurrencies lack inherent value or tangible assets backing them. Unlike traditional investments that are based on business performance and underlying assets, the value of digital currencies can be highly speculative and subject to significant volatility. As Warren Buffett once said, cryptocurrencies basically have no value and they do not produce anything. So when you are buying cryptocurrencies, you're not investing, you are speculating. While some may argue that digital currencies offer new opportunities and innovative financial systems, it is crucial to consider the risks and potential drawbacks. And then,
Perfect, Samriddhi. So, with this opening statement, I conclude that round one, the opening statement round, has been completed. Both the teams were amazing at the opening statement. Proceeding further to the round two, we have PSR representing team one and we have Anmol representing team two. PSR, you can proceed with your rebuttal statement.
Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to rebut but the statement of the our opponent by saying that Samriddhi mentioned that the digital payment are quite similar to the payments we are currently using. But the point of cryptocurrency, it's not similar to the digital payments we are currently using. So I disagree with that. And the other points he said that Warren Buffett said that cryptocurrency doesn't have any values. Why do I want to ask her that why do you want a value? Is money, why do you want to keep a money in your house? It's money just for the payment, just for the uses. Why do you want them to keep in a house and protect? Like, yes, it is money, and uh, money is basically to buy things. You buy and give others. Basically, it is only for the transactions. But yeah, as I said, that it doesn't have value. I simply disagree by saying that why do you want a value? Thank you.
Perfect, PSR. So, for the round two from team two, we have Anmol as the representative. Anmol, you can start your rebuttal statement.
Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to point out that the introductory statement made by the opponent team said that the security would increase if we implement digital transactions. I would like to ask, how would the security increase? First of all, there are plenty downsides if the security increases. If the person loses his private security key, which is used in almost all transfers of blockchain technology, then there would be no refunds or anything which would be allowed. Second of all, there is no tracking mechanism of any transfers or any actually it provides anonymity, which would mean that if there is any consumer complaint, there would be no refunds provided. There would be no like somewhere you can go to file your claim. And second, I would like to point out that Punendra said in the rebuttal that uh, there would be a, the money is just to spend and do payments and all that. I would like to ask him, do you not save or invest your money for future? Like as we have seen in China, they introduced digital yuan, and then they were forcing an expiry date on their digital yuan. They had they actually created forced spending to regulate the economy during tough times, which negatively impacted the citizens of the country. I would like to conclude my rebuttal. Thank you.
Perfect, Anmol. With this rebuttal statement, I declare that round two, the rebuttal round, has been completed. Proceeding to the further round, which is cross-examination round. Basically, both of the participants from each team are allowed to speak here. You just have to cross-examine each other with the help of statistics, with the help of general data, or any way you want. I'll ensure that no mess or indiscipline is created. So we will begin with team 1 in the cross examination round, the team with PSR and Lokesh. Team 1, you can start your statement.
Uh, I want to ask questions to to our mates who are saying that digital currencies are hoax. I want to say that currently, if you see the data, currently countries, approximately 11 countries are already using digital currencies or digital tokens. So the improvement which we are seeing over there and the security we provide, it's more than efficient. The scams which were occurring with the physical payments, which were reduced very much less. And yes, I want to ask why they say that it is hoax. Because we right now are seeing the uh, revolutionary transformation of the countries who are currently using it. I can mention few countries also. The countries are Nigeria, Bahamas, Jamaica, and etc. There are furthermore countries. I just want to ask why this issue.
Okay, so team 2, you can take your time to think if you want to, and you can answer the question of PSR.
Well, I would like to answer him. So yes, the countries in today's world are adopting CBDs widely, but we have an example of a leading economy, China. Like it issued uh, the e-yuan, and CT reports. There's a report that by 2030 there would be $5 trillion worth of CBDC. As the economy is moving digital, the trust in the government that we have is slipping all over the world. 114 countries, accounting for 95% of world's GDP, are exploring the CDBC option, but CDBCs are controlled by the government and they are not decentralized. Hence, it gives government the authority to control our money. Well, like during the times of recession, the government pushes more money into the market by spending by buying more mortgage packages of security and treasury bonds. This is also known as quantitative easing. But the government also does quantitative tightening, that is by selling their assets to take out money from the market. And when the market has too much liquidity, they do this quantitative tightening. Now the question is, how would they be doing this when they issue the currency digitally? Well, they will simply airdrop some money in our wallets instantaneously, but they will also put an expiration date on our money so that they discourage us from saving. And this is exactly what China did. So it actually, when power has an agenda and technological ability to actually enforce it, it is bound to fail the citizens.
So team 1, if you want to contradict her answer, you definitely can, or you can ask a different question for team 2.
Oh, I would not exactly want to counter, but I want to say something regarding the scams. She is mentioning not exactly from China, but one scam I got to know about. It was that one coins, one coin scam. It was said that one coin scam was the something billion to 275 billion dollar scam. But the thing was, the scam was directly no no no. Scam was no scam. The scam was not done by the cryptocurrency holders. The thing was the scam. Okay, I think I missed out the points. Sorry, I do not want to repeat this point.
Perfect.
To
So
answer,
team 1, do you have any other question
hello.
for team 2, PSR and Lokesh?
No, actually,
No, but I would like to address our opponent's statement.
Please
We
go ahead.
can, firstly, we cannot compare ourselves with China. Our government is vastly different from how China functions. If we implemented the same plan in the same with the same rules, our country would no longer be India. Matlab, it would no longer be the India it is now. So, if we would not do it the same way that China did, we could have some kind of moderation, but not in cryptocurrencies. Digital currencies does not only include cryptocurrencies. If India, matlab, if e-rupee comes into play and there is a proper moderator, there is a possibility of saving money without the possibility of larger scams, because when money is spent, India has matlab, the government has a hold on who spent it and where the person who stole it will spend it, so they could easily catch the thief in a much easier fashion. Does it answer your question?
Actually, there are many downsides to this too. Like, if you are saying that the government will be able to track our every digital transaction and catch thieves like this, how will it affect the citizens who are using it for their day-to-day needs? Like, if you are using it for your day-to-day needs, you would also like to purchase regular items, and then the government would have a track of all your financial purchases, and then they could further prime you, which is a psychological concept. They could further prime you to focus on particular aspects, which would then fill their pockets, the government. So basically, it is a mass agenda to captivate the citizens, to basically boost the government's tax collection and all that. Also, I would like to
Very good
point out.
question, but it is okay.
Can I continue?
Yes, please.
I would also like to point out that Purnendra said that Nigeria and all those other countries, they have boosted their economies and have done revolutionary activities in the past few years due to adopting blockchain. Actually, blockchain is not the only thing which is the boost for their economies. Actually, the foreign direct investment which have been made into these countries, because these are third world countries which you are mentioning, these have been a major boost to the economy. Blockchain is just a part of it. Also, we have learned in statistics that causation is definitely not related to causation. So I would like to point that out. Thank you.
So location PSR, do you want to contradict it?
Well, I also have a point to contradict, like Lokesh just said. May I?
Go ahead.
So Lokesh, you just addressed that we are not like China and we will not like do something random like that. So like let me tell you one fact. The current government, it asked for a loan for its electoral campaign from the RBI. The RBI governor rejected the loan sanction. So what they did, they somehow managed to change the RBI governor, uh, and the current governor that we have in RBI, he is BA and MA in history. He has no background in economics. I do respect that he is a former IAS, but he has no credibility in the field of economics. So if you say that absolute power does not corrupt the government of any country, then that's not the case. Uh, Even in major democracy like India or US, you can see the corruption that power brings.
Okay. So PSR and Lokesh,
uh,
either if you want to contradict team two, you can, or you can ask a different question.
I would like to contradict Samriddhi what she said that the bankruptcy and scams were occurring. So digital payment just came in 2021. I don't think from which data she is saying that the scams occurred or something like that. But the data from 2021, the Indian government, Indian government didn't even launch the digital rupee right now. They are only the process. They are only on the regarding process. They checked. They are approximate in the phase two, I think. In phase one, they decided whether they want to plot or not. In the phase two, they decided yes, now we can plot. In 2023, they are going to plot, but she is pointing out the Indian government that something like bankruptcy. I don't think that the data mismatch something because the scams were occurring when the payments were physically happened. The scams were when the payments were not digital. The scams were where the terrorists were over there. The supplement to the terrorists were there when the payments not digital. Because right now the payments is not in India only. They didn't even started in India. So I think she pointed the wrong fact. And the point that he say, the Anmol said that third world countries because it happened over there because they are the small they one of the smallest countries and they want development because they want development and security in when we use blockchain method we assure that because the blockchain method is decentralized, it's not a particular bank is fixed. And also he said that the overall development is not only because of the blockchain or something cryptocurrency. Yes it is, but cryptocurrency help them to boost them because our money is safe over there. Our money doesn't got scammed by anything else. Called it is very hard to scam in a in a cryptograph because it is decentralized. So I also want to call that that's it.
Okay, so you first contradicted me. I did not contradict you. I contradicted Lokesh, who said that India as an economy would not do as such stuff. But we have seen this kind of stuff in recent times only. And I'm not quoting like very old elections, the recent Lok Sabha elections that we have for the PM. I'm quoting that data here. And
You should have
uh,
you
Chris
should have
will
mentioned that na.
counter
So I
it.
just said that you were pointing at the wrong time. I'm not saying that your data is wrong.
Actually, I would
I
also like
contradicted
to add
Lokesh,
something.
No,
right?
please. Just speak one by one. Samriddhi, you may go ahead.
I contradicted Lokesh that he said that China is different and India is different. I am not quoting any digital payment system. I just said that the current governor sanctioned such a loan. Like it was not a small loan, 10,000 something crores loan he sanctioned to the current government. And the data is not old; it is of a recent times. So if you are saying that China can do such thing that put a expiration date on money and India would not do such extreme step, then this is not we can predict or do something. This is bound to happen. Like it is this process is quantitative tightening, and this is necessary for any economy. By doing CDBC, we are giving more control of our money to the government. So they are bound to do that. When you give monopoly and control to one party, they are bound to misuse it. That was I was saying. Okay.
I would like to ask.
I would also like
So
to
I
add.
don't want further contra. One second, PSR. I don't want further contradiction on this question because we have already wasted half the duration of this round on single question. So I would like to ask team two, which consists of Samriddhi and Anmol, to ask a question to team one, and then proceed with the contradiction related to that question.
Sure. First, I would like to ask the opponent team that like how do they manage to say that cryptocurrency is secure or even blockchain technology is secure? Blockchain is the basically technology. I can say blockchain is secure, but how is cryptocurrency secure on which is built on top of it? Because we have seen Bitcoin and Ethereum, they are very volatile, and we see the value of the currency because there is no inherent value. It is just pump and dump scheme. It depends on the market situation and how the traders react to it. We can see that Bitcoin has plunged so much in the past few years. It, it plunged almost 1.21 trillion times, which is 4.59% of the total Bitcoin value, cryptocurrency, in the past year. So how can you say that it is safe? It is a safe investment, kind of. Also, I would like to add that scams might not be the same which occurred earlier. The scams which are addressing cryptocurrency right now are new scams. These are like giveaway scams or pump and dump schemes. In pump and dump schemes, what the influencers do, they raise the price of the. They say that they are buying it in masses, and then they are buying it in masses, and then the market behavior, uh, it is a sentiment behavior that many people start buying in bulk because some big influencer is buying it. Like we can see in the case of Elon Musk and Dogecoin. So just because of such small events can cause such high volatility in the crypto market, how can you say it is safe?
So team one, you can basically take your time to think, or you can directly answer his question.
Fact that the cryptocurrencies are volatile has nothing to do with uh, its security. Market fluctuations are bound to happen, and cryptocurrency is not the only form of digital currency. There are, and the answer to what our opponent said previously, that has nothing to do with digital currency. It was the its problem was corruption, and corruption is a global problem, and there is no fixed solution for that. And the topic is digital currency, and not if it is applicable in India in its current state, and and such. And it is not perfect yet. It is a new idea and it needs working, but still the potential is there. And our point is that if it is modified properly and the power is properly decentralized and regulated, it could provide more value than disadvantages. And also, they are saying the power should not be decentralized, or it should not be concentrated. It should not be concentrated. Then where should the power be? If money holds no power, there is no value of money. Then the concept crashes on itself.
I would also like to contribute. Can I? Yeah,
Yeah, please,
I
please.
would like to mention that Anmol said that scams that happen, pump and dump scams and fake marketing or the influencers who buy and you buy the Bitcoin. I want to say that then when the Google Pay or sorry, I mentioned the name, when the online payment methods came in India or all over the world, what do you think that the scams were not over there? Yes, over there also there were scams. The people used to scam over there, send the links and the fake QR links, and they used to get payments. So at the beginning, yes, we are having few issues. I agree with that, but we are currently in a development phase. So you are just pointing out the scams, that pump and dump scams. So prevent these scams is to prevent these scams is to get yourself active about it. So for example, in payments, but now right now we are active. Now we do not pay someone, or we do not take links from unauthorized company who send the link to get their product sale. So we do not do that. Pump and dump and the fake marketing scam. So it's upon you, na, who it's upon you, who do you follow? The influencer who, yes, the influencer is a great influencer. As you mentioned, Elon Musk, he bought the coins and rest all other bought and got some. But the point over there, you follow someone, you should be able to judge yourself first, that who you follow. You should be legitimately approve some, you should legit take things that yes, he does this thing, it is okay, then we can do this thing. So blindly following someone is not the key. If you follow someone blind, obviously the points over there, he might have got benefited by that those coins, but you got in loss, so you are following someone else, so it's point on you. So it's basically on you that you have to follow the proper things and think by yourself. Because the bitcoins or cryptocurrencies are decentralized. It's not like governed by someone else. It's upon you where you do your payments, where you do your transactions. If you are attentive and if you are active about the scams and the links that are shared and some things, so you will not get scammed. If you are not attentive, you are following someone else blindly, so obviously you will get scammed. And okay.
So I guess what you are trying to say that the solution to scams is like in Hindi words, which is a
Just a second, Anmol. Just a second. Just give me a fraction of seconds. So team 2 with Samriddhi and Anmol, you can contradict PSR, but this will be the last contradiction for round 3 as the time has already been exceeded. After this, I'll proceed to round 4. So Anmol, you can proceed.
So I guess what Purnendra was trying to say that the solution to scams and all that is, as the popular Hindi saying goes, "Tum sab apna apna dekh lo." Like there is no proper awareness program in works, there is no proper digital inclusion in work, because we have seen that internet is there for everybody in the country or even worldwide. Internet is really cheap nowadays, but we have to also consider the knowledge which is required to operate internet for senior citizens, for those that are physically disadvantaged, or for those that are not having smartphones. Like inclusion should be there, and with inclusion there should be awareness kind of. There are no systems for that, and you can't just outrightly say, go and say that तुम सब अपना अपना देख लो, we can do all that.
Perfect. So with this, I conclude the round 3, which was cross-examination round. And I would like to proceed to round 4, which is the closing statement round. Here, basically, team 1 will be invited first. Team 1 with PSR and Lokesh. Each of them has 2 minutes each. They have to present their closing statement. After team 1 presents their closing statement, team 2 with Samriddhi and Anmol will be invited. So team 1, you can proceed ahead with your closing statement.
To conclude this with the saying that it's in the implementation. If we if the or if the population cooperates well and the government is there is no in an utopia, as Didara previously mentioned, if there is no corruption, it has huge potential. So digital currency could be more faster and efficient option than the currently existing monies where there is cash and all that stuff without there is no regulation in those also. So I'd like to conclude with that.
Perfect. PSR, you can
I would
continue
like to
with your closing
conclude by
statement.
saying that digital currency represent a revolutionary transformation that has a potential to reshape our financial and conduct transactions very easily. So the things, because I say that because the current status we are conducting these things, because the reports of CBDC, so central bank digital currency, it says that 11 countries already launched cryptocurrency. 11 countries launched cryptocurrency. 18 countries are in process or about to launch, and the 72 countries are in a research that they are going to launch. So the country we have to go with the development. Digital currency is the future. Digital currency is the future because physical payments are not worthy. That's why the digital currency came into the line, because we have to survive. The survival of the fittest. Digital currency came into the line because the physical payments were not efficient. Because the lack of efficiency, we have to put the digital currency in it. So that's why I'm saying that. And also India also right now plotting things, and the point over here that the one country named as Bahamas. So here they are to incre- they are in, they are the payment of digital currency increased by 3 times, approximately 3 times. So it happened in 2021, I think, and in 2023 and 2020 it approximate increase in billions, and it is going very well. So we are just in small countries we are testing, because in big countries we cannot directly test something in the digital payment directly. So that's why we are testing in small countries. The small countries are giving our legit uh, uh, proper improvements in their economy. So that's why I conclude by saying that yes, there are few flaws in us, but we are just in a growing phase. So we are just growing phase. So I want everyone or all over the world to adopt the digital currency, and I know there are many who are adopting it. Yes, thank you.
Perfect. So from team 2, I would like to invite Anmol to present his closing statement.
Yeah, sure. In conclusion, I would like to say that the potential for misuse of power by governments to surveil and control their citizens cannot be ignored. with the rise of CBDCs and other digital currencies. And with the ability to monitor and manipulate transactions and digital currencies, these may provide an avenue for governments to exert unprecedented control over financial activities, which could lead to compromising individual privacy and personal freedom. Furthermore, I would like to say the encouragement of excessive spending through digital currencies raise a concern about financial well-being and responsible financial practices. The ease and convenience of digital transactions can lead to impulsive purchases and a disregard for long-term financial planning, which could lead to issues of debt and financial instability. Lastly, the vulnerability of cyber attacks is a significant concern. The increasing sophistication of hacking techniques and the potential for large-scale breaches pose threats to the security of digital currency systems. So, I leave you all with a few questions. Are we willing to accept the inherent volatility and unpredictability of digital currencies as a reliable store of value, knowing that fortunes can be gained or lost overnight? Are we willing to embrace a financial future where excessive spending and impulsive transactions are encouraged, potentially fueling personal debt and financial instability? And how confident are we in the ability of digital currency systems to withstand cyber attacks and protect our financial assets in an increasingly interconnected and vulnerable digital world? Thank you.
So, Samriddhi, you can proceed with your closing statement.
The widespread adoption of CBDC could lead to increased centralization of financial power, while the existing financial system already involves central banks and commercial banks. The introduction of CBDCs may further consolidate control over the monetary system in the hands of a few institutions. This concentration of power could have implications of financial stability, competition, and overall democratization of finances to the public. They don't have to worry about deficits or unfunded liabilities or inflation. Everything can be controlled algorithmically, and everyone knows what will be controlling the algorithm. CBDC is not about competing with the cryptocurrencies. If anything, this is about commerce on a global scale. This is a way for the Reserve Bank to combine what the government is good at, which is trust, and its currency system, something which it had a lot more in the past, and combining it with the innovation of the private banking sector. Because hopefully, by combining them, they want to create an innovative product which will allow our country, India, to have more control on its economics. I would like to conclude by quoting a renowned economist, Muhammad El Erian. Digital currencies are a speculative mania fueled by irrational exuberance. They have no place in a well functioning financial system. Well, that's the conclusion.
Perfect. So, with this closing statement, I declare that four, the closing statement round, has been completed. Moving ahead, we have round five, which is basically the audience question and answer round, where anyone from the audience, including me and Anurag, being the hosts, can ask the question to both of the teams, and both of the teams can answer. All the participants can answer. There is no certain time limit as such. I'll inform when the time exceeds. So, anyone from the audience, if he or she has to ask any questions, he or she can proceed ahead. So, yes, we have first question at the first moment itself from Thomas Shelby. I'll read out the question for you. You can refer the chat section of this audio text box of this audio channel. So the question by Thomas Shelby is, what are the environmental implications of digital currency mining? Some digital currencies, like Bitcoin, rely on energy intensive mining processes, leading to concerns about their carbon footprints and contribution to climate change. Exploring more sustainable alternatives and addressing the environmental impact of digital currencies is an ongoing challenge. So, how would you like to answer this question? Both of the teams can answer through their point of view.
Can I go first?
Please.
Actually, the environmental implications of digital currency mining are really taking their toll on the environment around us, like climate change and all that. Actually, it requires a lot of cooling, coolant, and all that. to run the high systems which mine Bitcoin and all other currencies. Additionally, if the states or the countries issue their own CBDCs or anything like that, then scaling it and making it available for large populations would just increase the burden on the environment. On one hand, we are going towards net zero emissions and all that. On second hand, these people are pushing for online currencies and transferring the entire payment system and currency system, basically the entire economics online. So I would like to ask the first team, the opponent team, to answer this question.
No, you cannot ask the first team. You just have to answer the
Okay,
question
okay.
of the audience. Team one or Samriddhi, even you and team one, would you like to answer Thomas Shelby's question?
Yeah, I would like to answer by saying that he's saying that digital
Uh,
currency mining requires a large amount of energies and it is not environment friendly. I think that I got from the question. Thing is, mm, the in past which payment we were using, in there also we are losing very the factories which uh, print monies. There also lots of energy is used. At that time, you guys didn't pointed out that point, but right now you guys are saying that digital currency mining is using large amount of energy. So so it's not new for us. I'm not saying that it uses. Yes, I agree. But I'm not saying I'm saying that it uses. But future in past we were using that, so it's not new to us.
Perfect. So anyone else have to add something? Anmol and sorry, Lokesh and Samriddhi, do you want to add something to the answer?
Yeah.
Perfect. So we don't have any other question as such in the audience section. If anyone else from the audience has to ask any question, he or she can, and then I'll proceed with my question as well.
Yes,
So,
mining has more direct impact to the planet. Uh, yes, we were printing money. It also had a very radical impact on the environment, like the when we were using other power sources to fuel the electricity. But now we are moving towards more eco-friendly power sources. Uh, but mining, yes, it has a direct impact regardless of the source of electricity that we are using. Mining produces more carbon emissions than like any other thing. Like on the scale of factories, it produces the carbon. So yes, it is not very eco-friendly. But I want to see what my other counterpart has to say on this topic.
team one, do you have anything to say?
I think we already answered, but I just want to say that if the ratio is 19-20 or something in
Perfect.
few percentages,
Yeah.
so what's the point? That's it.
So this was the answer for question one by Thomas Shelby. We do not have any other questions in the chat section as such. Till then, anyone from the audience, if he or she has to type the question, he or she can. I'll answer. I'll ask my question to both of the teams. Think carefully. This is basically not a statistical question. This is a kind of a personal response question to both the teams. Okay, both the teams can answer from their perspective, representing their motion, their side of the motion. Imagine yourself as the citizen of a country, let's say any African country where the economical situation is not good. It's not even, you can say it's the worst. People don't even have the money to eat food and buy proper clothes. So in such country, what do you think? Which method will be better for communicating the currency so that it will lead to the overall economic development of that respective country? Team one, you can answer your question from your perspective. Team two, you can answer my question from your perspective. So basically, my basic question is, if a country is economically weak, what do you think? Will digital currency be helpful for that country, or will the actual offline currency be helpful for that country? You may go ahead.
May I go first?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Mm. Okay. In such an environment, both currencies are uh, uh, when there is lack of resources and there is a serious danger that the money could be lost, then in case of digital currencies, it could not be forcefully taken away from them by gangs of say 10 to 15 people. And gang terrors are common in such countries as we are well aware. So cryptocurrencies could be beneficial in these scenarios if the country could afford it. If not, even the normal currencies have lower exchange in value, and it is really pointless to discuss it at this point. If it is really affordable, it would be very beneficial in protecting the weaker classes of section, which is the point of advancement. So everybody should be treated equally, and the person who deserves the money should be able to keep it and not be taken it away from him or her. So in that perspective, it would be more beneficial to keep cryptocurrency. Thank you.
I got your point. PSR, do you like to add
I want to
something to
say
his
that in
answer?
the countries where there is not sufficient materials, so I don't think there any type of currency will work over there. There the currency we have to first of all the as my friend said that the theft we if we use digital currency we will be safe for using digital currencies. If we use physical or money we use right now, if we use over there, then the theft can occur. But the actually I am neutral over here that both of the money could not work over there because they do not have their such type of material, so they cannot even make such type of monies in the factories because they do not have the factories also. So I think for the solution for those type of countries is to mm, have they have to I don't willingly, but they have to get dependent on the other neighborhood countries for their transactions. For the transactions, for example, in digital currency, the transaction will be conducted by the other neighborhood countries. So it will be safe to conduct inside the country. The other country will send the materials to the poor country so that when they will get developed, so they will be able to organize their own money or tokens, or you can say that. Yes, that's my point of view.
I got your point. Yeah, yeah. So for team two, I'll repeat the question again. An economically unstable country, why do you think, as you are representing against against the today's topic, how digital currency is not a revolutionary transformation? How do you think can digital currency prove to be fruitful for such a country which is not in a good economical condition? Team two, you can go ahead.
Well, first of all, in such a country where the situations are adverse, well, let me point out in these countries, the government system is not very good. So they don't have much of a control on the physical currency as well. In these countries, like introduction of crypto is also not very good for other people because, first of all, crypto is very volatile and it should not be a like the primary currency for like making transactions. Yes, you may invest if you have that financial power, then you may. But in these third world countries, you should be using crypto. As far as digital currency is concerned, these countries don't have proper infrastructure to implement such adverse like step in their economy. CBDC requires many security measures. They should
Hmm.
like my uh, counterpart. Jill also pointed out, they should rely on the currency of the neighboring countries. I think that's also a very good step. Many countries trade in US dollars still till the date. So, yes, they can do that. Uh, but they should also try to like make more control over their government. They should have a well functioning government and a good infrastructure for such kind of payment.
I got your point. Anmol, would you
Yes,
like to add something?
actually, I would like to uh, add to the points mentioned by my partner, which is that there would be no infrastructure. Like if we are talking about third world countries which are dirt poor, like they don't have the citizens do not have money for clothes or daily sustenance of food and all that, clean water and all that, which is necessary, which is basically a human right nowadays, that providing all these things. So I believe that first of all we should forget about digital currency in these countries because there is no infrastructure, there would be no skills in the people to manage these systems or scale these systems. And third, if we are thinking of training them, then that would acquire additional costs, which can instead be used to provide food, water, home, and basic amenities to them. In fact, electricity is also counted nowadays. So also I would like to add that depending on a neighboring country for payment services or financial system is a really bad idea for a country in Africa because of the proxy wars which go on over there. Like one government likes to destabilize the other government, the neighboring country especially. You can see that neighbors always have tensions like that. So instead relying on the most primitive method of exchange of currency and all that, which is the barter system, that could work really well. And then further they can build upon that to issue digital, not digital, actually physical currency, which that would be a great start in my opinion.
I got your point.
Yes.
Am I audible? Yeah, perfect. So I would like to move to the next question, and this will be the last question of the question and answer round. It is asked by Thomas Shelby. This is basically a huge question. You can refer the chat section. I'll announce the question once. How can digital currencies strike a balance between privacy and preventing illicit activities? While privacy is often touted as the key feature of cryptocurrencies, concerns have been raised about their potential use in money laundering, terrorism financing, and other illegal activities. Striking the right balance between user privacy and preventing financial crimes is a challenging task that requires careful consideration. So, basically, this is his question. Both of the teams can represent their views on this question.
Both could not be simultaneously provided. Just because it provides privacy doesn't mean it is always used for illicit activities. Yes, there is opportunity for people who are interested in those kind of activities. For they, it is convenient for them too. But the same goes for internet. Why is VPN legal, and why could everybody use it? Uh, when someone is asking for privacy, it doesn't mean that it is always for a bad cause. And just because if we provide people with privacy, there is bad things happening, we cannot make everything public. So both could not be handled at the same time. But at least in this case, uh, unlike the unlike in the previous currently existing, even in cash form, there is a chance for it to be used illegally. But in this method, there is at least privacy involved. It doesn't necessarily become more difficult to catch the people, but yeah, that's thank you.
Perfect. PSR, would you like to add something to Lokesh?
Yeah, yes, I would like to add that he said that strike a balance between privacy and preventing illicit activities. So basically, our main concern was privacy only because we built this system as decentralized because we wanted our consumers, mm, consumer more secure and secure to their payment. But that preventing illicit activities cause we made decentralized to prevent that, but also there are few of the things, but the percentage which I got, it is of the last 2 years or last 2 year was it was 0.34 percentage crypto scams occurred. Okay, I agree with that, but in the other side, 5 percentage of the scams were from the normal cash. So the scams of the normal cash is more than the crypto cash. And the ratio of this crypto scam now in 2022 or 23, it decreased. It came to 0.28 percentage. Firstly, 2 years back it was 0.23, but it now it decreased to 0.28. Because we are slowly we are developing and making our system more strong, and also educating people how to prevent scams, and the peoples are getting get they are knowing about the cryptocurrencies, so that they are aware of the how it works accordingly. So if cryptocurrency safety is very solid, because there is a decentralized. So the point is, if someone hacks your ledger, if some point of hack is occurred in your ledger, the point is they are not a single ledger, they are a n number of ledgers. There are approximate 10 copies of your, if you are having your account in Bitcoin or something, exactly I can know, 10, there are 10 other copies of that. So the computer will automatically judge that which is the error in this. So the safety, you are saying that yes, dark webs, so the thing is dark web to is like they can do anything. So if they got a antidote for the cryptocurrency, so I cannot say, because nothing is secured by them. By the way, I'm saying that cryptocurrency is more secure than the cash. So the overall here, that the scams will reduce. Not, we cannot reduce to zero, because dark web is like anything. They can hack anything. So the cryptocurrency is just a token online roaming here and there. So yes, that's it. Thank you.
Got your point. Team 2 with Samriddhi and Anmol, would you like to answer to Thomas Shelby's question?
Actually, I don't know if I should answer it because it was one of my key points to bring this up. Vriddhi, would you like to answer?
Samriddhi, would you like to answer to his question? Okay, so as she's not responding, I conclude that round 5, the question and answer round, has been finished. Now, now comes the main part of the debate where I'll be declaring the result. I also have some advices for each and every participant here, as I have a decent experience in debating. So, team 1 had PSR and Lokesh, and team 2 had Samriddhi and Anmol. Team 1 was speaking in favor of the topic how digital currency is useful, is fruitful, is revolutionary, and team 2 was speaking against the motion how digital currency is a hoax. Coming to the round 1, opening statement. So, basically, in opening statement, you have to give an introduction of the topic. Both of the opening statements given by both the teams were equally good. Lokesh was representing team 1 and Samriddhi was representing team 2. Both of them finished the opening statement in the certain time limit period. But I feel, considering all the facts that they mentioned, which should be mentioned in an opening statement, Samriddhi, the team 2 representative, had a little better opening statement. In round 2, which was the rebuttal round, where basically you have to contradict the opening statement at the moment itself, you have to basically consider the points that the opponent has spoken in his or her opening statement and contradict it. So I feel both of them were equally good at it, but still, team 2's representative Anmol was a bit better at rebuting the opening statement of team 1. So proceeding ahead, here comes the main round with the highest weightage, round 3, the cross examination round, where basically both of the participants had to speak. Basically, in cross-examination round, as far as I know, we should include lots and lots of statistics. We should include lots and lots of personal response question, like imagine yourself in a situation. Such questions should be included in the cross-examination round to have a better interaction, to have a better debate. So, considering both the answers and both the views of both the teams, I still feel that both the teams were equally good, no doubt. But team two with Samriddhi and Anmol were a little better with their factual explanation, with their statistics, with their general explanation, with their personal response. Team one was good as well, but the factual and statistical explanation lacked a bit as far as I can see. Round four was basically a closing statement round where we have to you have to just conclude what you had said. And both the teams were equally good. Won't like to announce any winner in round four. And the last round, question and answer round, where basically we had three questions, two from Thomas Shelby and one from me myself. I feel team one with PSR and Lokesh had better answers and better factual explanation to each and every question. So, considering the overall result, considering all the rounds, I declare team two with Samriddhi and Anmol as the winner of debate 6 Voice of Arts. Congratulations and well played both the teams. With this, I declare that the debate is concluded. Anurag, you can stop the recording.